okay, Hillary Clinton at an event yesterday, she was speaking about her run with Bernie Sanders and economic issues. I don't know what forum this is at. Sorry. Oh, an interview with Time Inc.'s brand executive Alan Murray on her economic policies and Bernie Sanders. And this is Hillary Clinton. And I just want to say, like, by the way, we talked about this the other day. Just be like, Republicans are going to run against her absolutely no matter what, even if she went away and never spoke again. And I predict that in September or October, she's going to come out and say something that's extremely stupid and detrimental to a Democratic candidate. So just be ready.
Well, it depends who it is, right?
No, it probably will be universally unhelpful. Because usually the closer it is to an election day, even just the way she frames a sentence will
that's
have
fair.
Maximum lack of
But
help.
Will she be doing it on purpose or not?
I think this isn't like on purpose. This is just what she thinks. This is Hillary Clinton talking about what really hurt her with Democratic voters.
You may be the only presidential candidate since World War II that actually had to stand up and say, I am a capitalist. And you did. Did it hurt you?
Probably. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know, but I mean, if you're in the Iowa caucuses and 41% of Democrats are socialists or self-described socialists, and I'm asked, "Are you a capitalist?" and I say yes, but with appropriate regulation and appropriate accountability, that probably gets lost in the, oh my gosh, she's a capitalist.
I can't believe she lost.
Yeah, the thing that's so amazing about this clip, though, is that the message is off, but you really just see what a powerful and persuasive and appealing politician Hillary Clinton is. Right. But, God, if I watch more clips of her, she's going to remind me of why I totally can't stand her. But
well, not for nothing. This might be the first time she's admitted that she lost in some places to Bernie because she was running to the right of him and not because of sexism.
That's true. But let's really break this down. Can you even begin to compute the level of human delusion that says that in American politics, a country where like the only socialist that probably is publicly quasi-broadly known, and not really, most people wouldn't know who he was, Eugene Debs went to jail, ran a couple of independent runs for president, and was like a respected protest vote. Okay, socialist labor union organizers, as an example, have been murdered by private militias. The modern Democratic Party is so extremely far to the right and in the global macroeconomic neoliberal mainstream that, things like signing welfare reform in 1996, which her husband did, which is a basic vicious assault on great society level stuff, was not only done but bragged about by these people. And when Bernie Sanders first announced for president and they thought he was a joke, people would always mention, this guy calls himself a socialist, for God's sake. And somehow, in the span of a couple of months, because of one Iowa poll, which, by the way, I don't know if that's a true number or not, being a socialist went from something that historically might even get you killed in this country or completely politically marginalized in the modern era, became the advantage, and it was a brave thing to admit that you supported and were allied with by far the most powerful forces on the planet. That is a level of delusion that is somewhat unique to Hillary Clinton. And the second, more prosaic point is Barack Obama. Well, here's what we have. We have three sectors. We got a government sector, we got a private sector, and we have a social sector. And what you need is balance. So, as an example, we can regulate. Point being, I could bullshit a better answer than, I'm a capitalist with regulations, eh? She is awe-inspiringly bad at her job. And that is as a electoral politician.
Just say, I'm a public servant, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's being honest about it. That part, anyway.
She's being honest and expressing her delusion. And I have to say, it reminds me of. I don't want to beat up on him now because he's done
Do you
good
think
work.
she really believes in this, though?
Yes, absolutely. I totally do. I believe in cognitive capture. I think it is
'Cause
the
this is
corollary of market.
A lot of what these people do is they try to make themselves out like the victims, no matter what's happening.
Well, I think that the Clintons, in particular, think they are
And
victimized
they
all
want
the
to paint
time.
all criticism as bad faith criticism.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, I just think like, but if we're going to speculate as to what she really believes, I think yes, she really believes that she is the victim, and I think she also really believes in. I think if you distilled the sole policy essence of the Clintons, you could probably extract it from like a 1999 Tom Friedman column. Like this is like, it's like that famous Tony Blair line. I always use it, and at least he said it with more flair. But he said, at a party conference at a Labor Party, I forget what year, he's and he is well to the right. I mean, imagine in the UK where Labor actually is historically a socialist party, and Tony Blair is in some respects far to the right of the Clintons. Okay, and he's giving a speech where he's talking about, all the things he wants to do with privatizing health service and all this stuff, and he's like. And he's going through the speculations as to why he does what he does. He's like, and some people say it's because I think it's the only way we can win. And some people say it's because I'm afraid of the Murdoch press. Although it's funny, recently he's kind of admitted that he was afraid of the Murdoch press. But he paused and he's like, it's even worse. I actually believe this stuff, which is pretty funny, but it's like, it's true. Like these people actually believe this stuff.
Well, from her mouth to God's ears.
This event, just for a little background, is the Shared Value Leadership Summit, which launched in 2011, is the premier venue for executives focused on building social and business value that enables innovation, growth, and prosperity. Bingo!
Oh my God.
That said, on a brand Dope Boys level, I'm totally available to give a talk about conscious brands in the 21st century. If you pay me extremely handsomely, I will be there.
The only thing these people have ever had going for them is that they supposedly can win elections. Like, that's why most liberal Democrats supported the Clintons, I would say. And now they can't even do that, so fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not
no
nothing.
doubt about
It's not
that.
nothing to be
They're
able to beat
useless.
Republicans in the early 90s.
Yeah,
But
it's not
now
nothing.
that's not enough.
But
and
it's
obviously
not what they can. They don't do that.
Right, exactly.
They also both Bill and Barack, like the party lost overall. Like you just have a dynamic where it's like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama are singularly talented and charismatic politicians, so they win. I mean, that's the other part that I actually think people on both on the actual left and people with the centrist stuff both miss. There is a part of this that's just like the more appealing person wins. Right? Like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama were charismatic as hell.
Well, they've done those studies
And
about
they won.
attractiveness, that more attractive
And
candidate
height
wins with
and voice. I mean, there's all these stuff. It's just like,
Fucking bullshit. I'm tired of talking about this.
but he's the right brand of the time we're in now.
And he's handsome.
Which one? Bernie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie's a 10
Yeah, okay.
in a certain sense.
sexualized.
This is- you could sexualize me all you want, but I'm a little bit busy with Cardi B. Ugh.